Okay, my name is JP Peltonen, and we are now here in Helsinki Knife Show, which is the 10th time we have it here. And the success has been fairly good. We have knife makers from around the world coming to attend this, and right now we are in a very nice place in the center of Helsinki. It's the Finnish Knife Makers Guild which organizes this, and it's all voluntary, that there's no profit for anybody in the show, and we just enjoy the social fraternity which we have here. I myself, I make military knives. I've been doing it for close to 30 years now. It's actually started in South Lebanon. I was working as a UN military observer. There were some, we had a small group of officers from different parts of the world, and some American officers had their knives with them, and of course that they were Randall knives. And when I took a Randall knife in my hand, something went badly wrong in my head, and I haven't been normal since. And when I came home, I made my first knife, which resembled a little bit a Randall knife, but I tried to make it a little bit better. But anyway, then after staying 1 year in Kashmir in the same job, I came to Fiskars, which is an old ironworks place where knives have been made since the 1820s. And I had a shop where I sold Fiskars products. I made some knives, and I had my knife collection displayed. We also started with the Puukko Society of Finland, and we have Puukko Days every May in Fiskars. Well, then one day an officer from our northernmost unit came to my shop, and we were talking about knives, and he said there is no knife in Finland good enough for his unit.
Wow, okay.
Which I thought was a pretty bad way of putting it. But after all, I had made my first knife for the same reason, so I started thinking. And eventually I started making knives from the bayonet blanks, because Fiskars had been making Finnish Army bayonets, but I didn't like the design, so I completely changed it and did my own design, and that's what I have in my hand now.
Fantastic.
The problem was that it should fit our soldiers' military gear, and there are just a few places where you can place the knife so that it's easy accessible. You have all kinds of gear around your waist. Your weapon is on the right shoulder, but there's a place on the left shoulder in the harness where you can place the knife. But it has to be upside down. If it's like this, it's very difficult to remove. The problem was how to get the knife to stay in the sheath reversed and yet be easy to access. The Americans do it with straps and snaps, and if one is not enough, they put two of them, which really makes it awkward to remove. I have had one bright moment in my life, and I have a rotating rubber roll, which is the locking device. You have a thumb support, so you don't need to hold on to the sheath. You can remove the knife by just pushing the sheath forward like this. The guard goes over the roll and snaps in place.
Fantastic.
So that's how it is. The whole knife is pure function. Everything was done just to get it to function as well as possible. The blade is carbon steel, 80 CRV2. It's 4 millimeters thick, Scandi grind, and it is Teflon coated, so that the soldiers it's not so difficult to maintain and to keep it in shape. The handle is such that the soldiers can handle it safely. It has a small guard, but still it's very easy to use also for delicate work. And
it's a great knife.
And the sheath is very light. Actually, the whole thing doesn't weigh too much. The belt loop is with Velcro, so that you can attach it to your belt, for instance, without removing the belt, because when the belt goes through here, it's between your body and the belt.
That's great.
You can also, in current military gear, the Molle system, you can reverse it and pull it through the tunnels in your gear. And in the Finnish Army we have a Velcro up here which holds it in place.
That's fantastic. So totally interchangeable and universal, left and right-handed.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And I must admit that this was just an accident. That it fit the Molle gear like that, without doing any alterations. And that was good. You can also have it left side carry, and it's being used by some Finnish military units, and also Scandinavian special forces have been using it. And
that's great.
That's about it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, JP. That's been brilliant, and thanks for informing me about this fantastic knife show. That's been really good. Thanks a lot.